Hi folks, in this video I want to talk about my workflow specifically around navigating Neovim. My editing workflow revolves around the telescope plugin, so I use that primarily and I switch between that and my file explorer of choice, which is Neotri. So typically I want to open a file and I would use Ctrl P to launch the find files window. This way I can actually search for files directly, or I can easily use grep for it. So if I'm trying to get a secure store, I can just type some few keywords and then it would resolve the list to that particular file, and then I can hit enter to open it. Telescope here helps me in navigating between buffers. So if I'm inside a loop and I open this in the tab, I can just continue working on stuff there. Let's say I want to open my store, just open that in a new tab, or let's say I'm done here and I try to open something else against the history. Now with Telescope still, I have a key map that would show me the list of open buffers, and I currently have that to leader comma. So my leader key is actually coming, so this will just launch the buffers window and I can switch between the open buffers I have there. I can also do ls, but I prefer the telescope window and because it's much easier to visually see what I'm trying to navigate. If I'm in a file and I want to see diagnostics, I can do leader SD and it just launches the workspace diagnostics window, and that way I can get a summary of it, and I can navigate to the exact line that has that error. So if I go to this point, I can see the particular error there, and then I can actually launch leader XX to open up this window. This is handled with trouble, so it's a different plugin that handles this diagnostics view. I'm gonna go to my Neovim config, and the exact setup I have for telescope is this. So you can see all of the key maps I have. Like I mentioned, so Ctrl P would launch find files. So this is a similar movement, from like other editors I've used. Leader SH, my leader key is comma, so leader SH would launch help. I can use this. So let me maximize this screen here. So I can also search a list of key maps with leader SK. So leader SK would launch all of these key maps, or I can visually search for it, CK, and I can still already have some of the maps to this key. Now, what else is there? So I can also do leader SS to search telescope for building command. Say I want to look for actual files that are here. I can run that command and it will show me all the files that are tracked in Git in this particular directory. Some other ones I find helpful is the grepping. If I'm in the project and I want to grep for stuff, so I can do leader SG, and let's say specifically I'm looking for where I have the Go LSP setup, and I can actually say, okay, these are different references to it, and I can hit enter, or I can hit Command C to open in a new tab, or Command X to open in a new split, like so. And if I need to make any edit there, I can proceed with that or not. Some other one I find very useful is Command SD, which shows me the open diagnostics if there's any. Command SR would show resume if I want to resume my search. So XR takes me back to the previous rep search I was. It just comes in handy so I don't have to retype everything. Like I mentioned, leader would launch the buffers, so I can see all the buffers I have open. I can use Neotri. I can move around with Ctrl P, search for file, grep for files, and take a look at snippets I have. You make an edit, switch between buffers, and it just makes editing super fast for me. Telescope is one particular plugin I have mapped to my everyday workflow, and I still make edits around this. I really enjoy using the telescope. It makes editing files and navigating files in Vim pretty fast, and a lot of things are encapsulated already. It's very extensive. You can actually build extensions on top of it that works for a particular workflow. But so far, a combination of this and a file explorer is sufficient for me. So I hope this video has been helpful, and let me know if there's any questions I can answer. Bye for now.